My reaction to RWBY Volume 5, Chapter 5. Last time on RWBY, Yang went to go meet Raven and I'm not sure why, but for some reason her left hand keeps shaking a lot. On the other hand, she lost the other hand, her normal hand. I don't know why. So then, she told them that she was Raven's daughter, and they took her to Raven. And the only reason that she went to Raven is because she wants Raven to take her to Crow, which is where Ruby is. She was going after Ruby all along. She just hoped Raven would save her some time and take her straight there. Because the way her semblance works is she can bond with someone and then she can make a portal to wherever that person is. So she made one for Taeyang, one for Yang, and one for Crow. So Yang wanted her mother to take her to where Crow was because she knows that's where Ruby is. When she refused to cooperate, she asked her men to take Yang away, and while Yang was fighting them off, she found Voice in prison. So Voice then made her neck grow giant and she escaped. And then the girl made a lightning strike, so I think the other girl from before is actually the Spring Maiden. So they're about to fight, but then she stopped them and said, if they don't keep together, a lot of Grim will come to their place. So Raven decided to take them there after all, but said that if she's going after her sister, then those who need to know the truth. She says Osmond is not the person that they think she is, and she said that she used to trust Osmond once before. So something happened and made her lose faith in Osmond, and that's why she says Chloe's a fool for still trusting Osmond. I'm not sure what actually happened between Raven and Osmond, but I think that's what's going to happen this time. They can't end the episode like that and expect us to wait another episode for that. Like, they can't expect us to wait 2 episodes together. That's something they had to talk about this time. And also, Voice was finally happy to be reunited with Yang. Voice went and hugged Yang straight away, and finally, 2 members of Team RWBY are back together again. Meanwhile, Ruby and Oscar were training in hand-to-hand combat. Oscar was trying to strengthen his body, and Ruby was getting more hand-to-hand experience. And Oscar seems to be picking up on it quite well. But Ruby managed to take the upper hand after Oscar thought that he hit Ruby too hard. But then Ospen took over and beat Ruby. I'm not sure the way, like it didn't seem like Ospen had overpowered Ruby. Maybe it's because Oscar's body was still lacking in strength, but he did seem to beat Ruby pretty easily. And then they told Oscar about his semblance, and we also learned how Ren, Nora, and Ruby discovered their semblance. Ren's was unlocked through intense stress, like we saw in Volume 4, and Ruby just somehow showed up in training one day. And Nora, she got struck by lightning and didn't die. And so John hasn't unlocked his either. So John and Oscar both have to unlock their semblances and keep training. So that's what happened last time. Raven's about to reveal some information to Yang and Weiss, and Ruby and Oscar are still continuing their training. So let's see what happens now on RWBY. This is RWBY Volume 5, Chapter 5. Necessary Sacrifice. Not sure exactly what that means or who that means. Well, let's find out. The episode is starting right now. Boop. Adam and Hazel, Lake and Sun. Is that the Spring Maiden or not? Don't know what these two will do. Is there? So we're gonna get the whole team together by the end of the season. Hope so. Let's see what happens now. Is this Minstrel? No, it's Menagerie. I don't know why I thought that was Minstrel.
Okay.
It's too flat.
Are you ready?
So what now?
I've beat up on giant monsters and robots more than once. I think I can handle getting a few signatures.
You sure, son? It's not the same.
Your chieftain needs you. Your people need you. Please, join the fight and help us save Haven Academy.
So it's working? Is it?
Are you kidding me? We'd love to have someone with your skills on our side.
Mata, get back inside.
Aw,
You're not going anywhere.
Aww. So we'll try Haven defense last.
huh?
Son. Now working out, huh? Son! What the? Hey! Hey, come on. Who's this? Oh, fish faunus, right? It's cool. For some reason I feel like Ilya's going to show up at any moment. Nothing?
I don't get it! How can they just sit around and do nothing with the White Fang getting ready to attack?
Because not everyone is like you and me. The faunus here in Menagerie, the ones that weren't born on the island, moved here because they were tired of fighting, of having to struggle constantly. Menagerie is filled with people that just want to be left alone. And here we are asking them to put the rest of the world before themselves.
Yeah,
I guess I never really thought about it like that.
that makes sense.
The problem is, whatever happens at Haven is going to affect them whether they like it or not. If Adam gets his way and Haven falls, it's only going to make things worse for the faunus. Everywhere.
Adam. He's the guy you used to work
Partners.
with?
Partners.
Yes.
Sorry. Forget I brought it up.
No, it's okay.
You sure?
Have you ever met someone and thought to yourself, they are the personification of this word? Okay, well, I remember getting to know Ruby and thinking, this girl is the embodiment of purity. After a while, I saw Weiss was defiance, and Yang was strength.
Defiance. Yes.
What am I?
Jury's still out on that one. I'm leaning towards Ernest.
Ernest. I love you, son.
At first, I thought Adam was justice.
But
Then I thought he was passion.
then,
But over time, I realized I was wrong. He wasn't any of those things. He was spite.
spite.
Not hatred, not rage.
Spite.
He won't accept equality, only suffering for what he feels the world did to him. And his way of thinking is dangerously contagious. That's what worries me about Ilya. She's not like Adam, not yet at least.
Oh,
But I don't know how long that will last.
okay.
She was your friend, huh?
She was. Her chameleon traits meant she could pass as human. She could have lived a normal life if she wanted. But she didn't. I always admired that.
Yeah,
She
we
lost
saw
her
that.
family in a mining accident when she was young. And she joined the White Fang.
We saw that in her
Like me, she
show.
was more or less trained on the road alongside other faunus. She learned to survive, to defend herself. But as people like Sienna and Adam started to gain a following, she
Sienna.
became more dangerous.
Mm,
I guess I did too.
yeah. But you still walked away.
My parents tried to get me to leave with them, but I refused.
We always saw
I had
that.
Adam and Ilya, after all.
Oh, yeah.
You know we're going to have to face her eventually.
I know.
So, what are you going to do?
I'm going to try and help her the way you helped me.
What?
You showed me that sometimes you need to be there for a friend, even when they don't want you to be. I was drowning in guilt and fear. I tried to push you away, but you didn't give up on me.
Ah,
And I can't give up on Ilya.
ah,
It's about time I saved my friends for once.
nice play. Come on, Blake. I'm glad that's son around. It's Oscar. What's wrong, Oscar?
You're really getting better, huh? Are you hungry? It's almost dinner time.
Yeah. That sounds good. I was about to call it a night anyway.
So, you've never fought before?
Just the occasional small grab.
Small
Like
grab.
this, though.
Oh.
Wow, you look like a natural.
It's strange. I've only had this cane for a few weeks, but I feel like I've had it for a lifetime.
Well, Osprey
Longer,
is...
even.
Well, it is Osprey's.
I sound like a crazy person.
It's...
I mean, yeah, just a little. But at this pace, you'll be combat ready in no time.
Right? What? Who's wrong, Ruby?
Well, I'll see you upstairs.
How do you
Ruby.
handle all of this?
What do you mean?
I'm scared. I'm more scared than I've ever been in my life. Than I ever thought was possible.
Oh.
I always knew that I wanted to be more than a farmhand, but this? Who would ask for this?
Oscar. Aren't you?
We all went to Beacon because we wanted to help people. But you're right. None of us asked for this either. We just have to
Beacon
press
fell.
on and
How
hope.
can you be so confident? People have tried to kill you. The world's about to go to war all over again. How are you okay with any of this?
She isn't. That's why she's here. Oscar.
When Beacon fell, I lost two of my friends. Penny Polandina and Pira Nikos.
Kira.
I didn't know them for
Penny.
very long, but that doesn't change the fact that they were two of the most kind-hearted people I'd ever met.
Oh.
But that didn't save them. Pira thought that if there was even the smallest chance of helping someone, that it was a chance worth taking. And because of that, she died fighting a battle she knew she couldn't win. And Penny was killed just to make a statement.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I am scared. But not just for me. What happened at Beacon shows that Salem doesn't care if you're standing against her or not. She'll kill anybody. And that scares me most of all. Pira, Penny,
Mm.
I'd be lying if I said that it didn't hurt. That I didn't think about them every day
Huh.
since I lost them. That I didn't wish I had spent more time with them. If it had been me
Gosh.
instead, I know they would have kept fighting too. No matter how dangerous it was. So that's what I choose to do.
To keep
To
fighting.
keep moving forward.
Ah. That's nice, Ruby.
Come on.
Alright, Oscar.
If we don't hurry, Nora's gonna eat everything.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yep. I forgot about that.
Hey, Oscar. This isn't gonna be easy. But the fact that you're even trying says a lot about you. You're braver than you think.
She really is remarkable, isn't she?
Yeah. She must have been one of the best huntresses at Beacon, huh?
And yeah.
In some ways, yes.
She was
But in
very
many others, no.
Ah.
She has her quirks, her faults, just like everyone else. But she also possesses something unquantifiable, a spark that can inspire others even in the darkest of times.
Just like she did for you.
This must be really hard on her, too.
Of course it is.
It most assuredly is.
Yep. Message end. What message?
Your thoughts?
Who's this?
Are of no significance. If this is
Those
how
two.
High Leader Taurus wishes to proceed, then we shall make it so.
Who,
Of
what do you mean?
course, brother. Still.
What do you two do?
Come
Seem like
in.
you do have doubts.
Sister
Ilya.
Ilya, thank you for meeting with us.
Ilya.
How may I be of assistance?
Please, stand. We have wonderful news.
What is it?
We finally received a message from the Mistral Brotherhood. The operation was a success.
Oh no,
Adam
they know.
Taurus has claimed his place as the High Leader of the White Fang.
Good. And Sienna?
Yeah.
Buried with honor. The other branches of the Fang have been given the story that was agreed upon.
A necessary sacrifice.
What?
We won't forget everything she did for us.
Indeed.
Your maturity and understanding in regards to this matter
Understand
is
it.
appreciated,
Maturity.
and it is why we've summoned you here this evening.
The White Fang is experiencing a transitional period,
Growth requires change.
and change can be painful.
If it's for the betterment of the Faunus, then it's a pain we can endure. What's our next mission?
Containment. With the CCT tower still inoperable, we have the
Oh, yeah.
luxury of control over the flow of information.
Oh
News of
damn.
Adam's ascension has yet to reach Menagerie, but when it does, the citizens of Kuo Kawana will undoubtedly react poorly now that the chieftain has spoken out against us.
It's my fault the Belladonnas had any ground to stand on.
Do not concern yourself with past failures, Ilya. Focus on the future.
You mean past failure?
We have an opportunity for redemption.
What do you need me to do?
The Belladonnas are the only remaining threat to Adam's assault on Haven Academy.
And so, they must be silenced.
What? Don't do it, Ilya.
Silence?
Don't do it, Ilya.
Like
Does
sea,
she have
they
silver
stand
eyes?
in the way of true progress.
She looks like it.
We would never put such a burden on you alone, of course.
What do you mean
Your
alone?
brothers and sisters will be at your side. But your relationship with their daughter makes you an integral part of this operation.
Blake?
No.
We know how close you were with young Blake. Rest assured, High Leader Taurus has requested she be taken alive, but we cannot risk having her present to defend her family.
But the people of Menagerie...
We'll come to understand what happens to those who speak out against the White Fang.
And we'll be left without a leader until our victory is complete.
Don't.
Unnecessary sacrifice.
No. No.
Sister Ilya.
Don't do it, Ilya. Please don't do it, Ilya. Ilya, don't.
She's right to worry about the citizens. It's possible they may come to see Gira as a martyr.
Yeah.
It is a risk we must take for our High Leader.
What message?
I will not allow them to ruin this. The Belladonna name has brought me nothing but greed.
Adam.
You've done well in finding the deserter. Bring her to me alive. But not before you've slaughtered her family.
Ah.
I have a promise to keep.
That promise.
He seems unwell.
He carries with him a tremendous burden.
What
Are we
promise?
sure he is the one to lead us?
For now,
What do you mean for now?
we must do what is best for the Faunus.
Is that what's best? That really was best.
Brother Yuma, did you see Tagira's
Yuma?
messenger?
He rests beneath the waves, along with his warning.
What?
Then all is well.
Wait, what? Messenger? What did you do? Is that the end of the episode? Nothing with Raven this time? This seemed like a pretty slow episode, just talking. All things again. It doesn't seem like a whole lot happened in this episode actually. It was just more of a talking episode and trying to figure out what to do next actually. So we spent most of the time in Menagerie. First, Blake and Sun try to go out to the people and try to get them to try and help fight the threat against Haven, but no one was willing to sign it. Blake said people only moved to Menagerie because they wanted to get away from all of that. They've been on the receiving end of some of it, and they just want a place where they can just stay away from it and just live a life, some sort of life. Sun never thought about that way. So then Blake told Sun about what happened to Ilya's parents, as we heard in the Blake character short, and why she's fighting. So before she used to think Adam was injustice, and then some other word she used, and then she found out Adam was spite, not hatred, not rage, spite. I don't know exactly what Adam has been through in the past, but now it seems that all he really wants is power. Blake used to trust Adam before, maybe at one time he was like that, but he's certainly been warped over time and has now become this monster that has to be stopped. And her biggest worry is that Ilya is also going through the same thing. So the main reason she chose not to leave the White Fang along with her parents was because of Adam and Ilya. But when she saw what Adam had become, that's when she finally decided to leave. And now she wants to save Ilya the same way Sun saved her. Sun told her to stop pushing her friends away and that it only hurts more. And that her friends will always try to help her, whether she wants them to or not. So just like how Sun was there for her, she wants to be there for Ilya and try to bring her back to their side. That seemed like it's going to be a lot harder than before now, because now Adam wants Blake brought to them alive, but not after her family is killed. And so Gorsak and Fennec have tasked Ilya with the mission to get on Blake's good side and bring her to Adam. So now Blake wants to save Ilya, but now Ilya is going to try and play Blake to make it seem like she is. So yeah, so I think that's what's going to happen. Ilya's going to make it seem like she's helping out Blake, when in truth she's been helping out Adam the whole time. And I think maybe Sun will notice that at first, but I don't think Blake will at first. Blake just wants to trust Ilya, and I don't think she'll be able to notice that at first. But if Sun actually finds out and tries to tell Blake about it, I kind of have a feeling that that'll happen. I feel like Sun will try and tell Blake and Blake won't listen to her. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope by now Blake knows how much Sun is trying to help and actually just tries to hear her out. If Sun can get proof this time, and if Blake actually listens to Sun's proof this time, then maybe Sun can actually prove it and they can find a way to do something about Ilya. I hope they actually do find a way to bring Ilya back though, because I want to see her helping out. I want to see the three of them working together to stop Adam and his attack on Haven Academy. And then after that, we had Ruby and Oscar. Oscar was training and was getting better, and she wondered how Ruby can continue to stay confident about it. And Ruby told Oscar about Penny and Pera, how and why they both died. And she knows that Penny and Pera wouldn't give up fighting to save her, so she couldn't stop fighting either. She is very scared, but she still wants to do something about it. She can't just sit there and do nothing. Penny was killed to make a statement, and Pera died going into battle that she knew that she couldn't win. They wanted to help, and they died in the process. And she wants to keep fighting for their sake, and for the sake of the people still left. She is scared, but she feels like this is the best way for her to keep going and to honor them by continuing to fight and by continuing to do what's right. So she's going to keep fighting like that. And Oscar is there too now. And Nora's going to eat up all the dinner if they don't hurry up. So yeah, it seemed like a pretty short episode. A lot of good character building moments for Blake, Sun, and I guess for Ilya, and also for Ruby and Oscar. I'm sure this will be a lot for Oscar too. Yeah, so not much on the story, just more on trying to develop the characters through talking to each other, and yeah, hopefully next time we'll have something more. The part now I really want to see is Voice and Yang's part, where we see what Raven has to say to them. Hopefully that'll happen next time, so let's see how that turns out. My reaction is now done.